Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Myself Nibu Churian and I am pursuing MC in MacFast Sirivella. As a part of my seminar, I am doing this presentation and my topic is face detection using OpenCV. For this purpose, I am using OpenCV 4.2.0 and Python 3.8.1. The links are listed below the description. You can download it and so let's skip the intro and jump into the topic. Welcome all. Before getting into my topic, that is face detection using OpenCV, have you ever wondered that as well as we post a pic on Facebook, it gives us suggestions to tag with the people in that frame? How is it possible? The answer is simple. That is, Facebook uses a facial recognition method built by them named as DeepFace, and they have been trained that with a 4 millions of images uploaded by the users. So it's just fetching data and matching it with their repositories and to identify who is in that picture. So it's simple. So the topics I'm going to discuss today are computer vision, digital image, OpenCV and applications, and how to configure OpenCV and Python for live facial detection. Num5, how facial detection and recognition works, algorithm behind it like LBPH and HAR cascade, advantages of facial detection and recognition, future trends, and also a live facial detecting program using HAR cascade. So computer vision. As you all know, we humans view an object or a person with our eyes, and our brain decodes it and tell us what the object is or who the person standing in front of us. But in case of a computer or a machine, it cannot identify what it is been looking at. So we use computer vision. It's an interdisciplinary field of study. It's a way of teaching intelligence to machines and make them see things just like humans. Um, so it helps the computer or the machine to understand a object and identify it. In deep learning, CNN or COVET, a class of neural network, breaks an image into a group of filters, and each filter can be further divided into a set of pixels. Each pixels has a value associated with it, and it's unique. So, with the help of that numbers, machine identify an object or a person. So, it's usually a matrix of numbers. That is what a machine sees, and it's not 100% accurate in every scenario, but it's been getting tremendous development now. The applications used by computer vision are self-driving cars, auto tagging in Facebook, identifying a criminal from a crowd of people, and so on. Digital imaging. Digital images are stored in machines as pixels. As mentioned before, images are stored as metrics, that is pixel per inch. There are different types of digital images. They are binary, grayscale, color, multispectral. Binary images, it was two values, that is either a 0 or a 1, that is black or white. Grayscale. Grayscale is monochrome, that is only one color image. They contain gray level information and no color information. Color. It's a combination of RGB, that is red, green, blue, and based on the values given to the R, G, and B, we can dictate an image. The maximum value given to R, G, and B is 0 to 255. multispectral images. These images contain informations that cannot be seen by an human eye. That is just like X-rays, UV rays, and so on. The different images have different file format like JPEG, TIFF, GIF, EPM, BMP, PNG, and so on. Digital image processing helps in image sharpening, facial recognition, remote detection, and pattern detection, and so on. Image sharpening means improving the picture quality by using technique like zooming, blurring, and so on. Facial recognition means recognizing the things, just like recognizing a animal or a tree from a picture, and so on. Remote detection means that is if we cannot go through some areas and we need to take some pictures from that area, we uses remote detection method, just like underwater photography, and so on. Pattern detection is also a method by detecting a pattern, and just like based on that pattern we are coming to some conclusions, and so on. OpenCV. OpenCV stands for Open Source Computer Vision. It's a free and open source computer vision library created by Intel in 1999 and later supported by Willow Garage, and now it's maintained by itself. As I said before, it's open source, free, and easy to use, and it's compatible with many platforms like Mac, Windows, Linux, and so on. And it supports wide variety of programming languages like C, C++, Python, Android, Perl, Ruby, and so on. OpenCV is mainly written in C and C++ language, and some of its minor parts are written in Java too. It's designed to solve computer vision problems. It's open source, free, easy to use, and install. As you all know that a digital image is converted into metrics or pixels in order to store into a computer's memory. In the case of an OpenCV converts all images into a NumPy array or a NumPy matrix. NumPy arrays supports a wide variety of other libraries. Thus, we can use this data with other libraries such as SciPy, Matplotlib, Pandas, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and so on. Applications of OpenCV are 2D and 3D feature toolkit, ego motion estimation, just like robotic navigation, facial recognition, gesture recognition, HCI, mobile robotics, motion understanding, object identification, segmentation and recognition, stereotypes vision, structure from motion, motion tracking, augmented reality, and so on. Configure in Python and OpenCV. First of all, install Python and set the local variable. As of I already installed Python and set the local variable. Then I need to install OpenCV, and when I install OpenCV, the NumPy is also come with it. To install OpenCV, we must use this command pip install OpenCV -python. Pip is the keyword used to install OpenCV. This command is used to update the pip. As of my version was a little outdated, so I needed this command to update my pip first. Then I use this command to install the OpenCV. After installing OpenCV and Python, then we need Haskell face library, and we need to download it from GitHub. This is my Python version, that is 3.8.1, and this is my OpenCV version 4.2.0, and this is a screenshot I took while I installed my OpenCV and updated my pip. for downloading Hard Cascade face library from GitHub. I list the link in my description. Please go through it. Okay, NumPy. Uh, NumPy is a Python library used for working with arrays. It also has a functions for working in a domain of linear algebra, Fourier transform, and matrices. It was created by Travis Oliphant in 2005. It's free and open source. NumPy stands for numerical Python. The numpys are 50 times faster than the traditional Python list, and the numpys are stored in one continuous place in memory, unlike lists, so it process, access, and manipulate very fast and efficient. Numpys is written in C and C++. The parts needed fast computation, and the other parts are written in Python. NumPy source codes can be downloaded from the GitHub. As I already mentioned, NumPy supports a variety of libraries, so the codes are portable without any modification. Okay. Okay, now how the face recognition and face detection algorithm works. Face detection is the process of detecting uh, a face or an object that is and face recognition is a process by which recognizing what or who is that person. Digital images are converted into pixels, that is 2D array. That is how an image is stored in a computer's memory. As of OpenCV converts the pixel array into a NumPy array and stores it. As of a Haar cascade algorithm, we can use it to detect a object or a face. That is, if it is a human or an animal, or is it a hand or a face? That is, it is a detection algorithm. As of LBPH algorithm, LBPH algorithm is a recognition algorithm. That is, it is helps to identify what the object is and who the person is. That is, it is recognize the name of the person or name of that object. That is why we use LBPH algorithm. Hard cascade. It's a machine learning object detection algorithm used to identify object in an image or a video based on a concept of features proposed by Paul Viola and Michael Jones in 2001. Um, Based on a paper presented by them, that is rapid object detection using a boosted cascade of sample features. It's a object detection algorithm used to identify whether a object is present or not. It takes a picture or a video, checks it with a repository data to find out whether a object is present or not. It takes a lot of positive images with a classifier that is needed to be identified, and negative images of everything else which does not contain any object to detect. That phase is called cascading. Actually, the hard cascading algorithm has four stages. The hard feature selection, creating integral images, ADA boosting training, cascading classifier. The cascading classifier was the thing that I mentioned now. The hard feature selection, it's considered to be adjacent rectangular region at a specific location in a detection window, sums up the pixels intensities in each region and calculates the difference between their sums. This is the hard feature object. And the integral images is used to make the hard feature object much faster. For each part like eyes, nose, mouth, each has a value by looking at each has a specific value by looking at each of it to find out what is what. And when we got this, we got a large amount of data. and we need to be make sure the data is best fit to feed it to the cascade classifier. So making it to the best fit data, we use AdaBoost training. It is used to select the best feature and transform the classifiers and that use them to form the dataset. Then the cascading classifier is happening. That is how we fed the positive images, that is the images with object, and the negative images, that the images without objects are feeding into the cascading classifier. That's how the image is detected. All the images are or the videos are being detecting by this algorithm uses a grayscale. LBPH, local binary pattern histogram. It's a face recognition algorithm that is after identifying the face. This algorithm is used to pinpoint who it is. This is a face recognition part of the problem. That is, after we detecting the face using R cascade, we recognize who the face belongs to by using the LBPH. LBPH, however, tries to find the local structure of the image as it combines each pixel with its neighboring pixel. LBPH looks on every single uh, point of the image. First, we identify the central pixel. First, we identify the central pixel. Then compare it with its neighboring pixels. If the value is greater than or equal to um, the central value, then the value of the neighboring pixel will be 1. If the value is less than the central value, then it will convert it into zeros. And if the value Thus, how we make a binary pattern of zeros and one. Then the binary patterns are converted into decimal patterns, and then these numbers are listed on a histogram. Therefore, as much as images we use, that much histograms are generated. Thus, image is recognized. That is, it was 4 steps: creating a dataset, face acquisition, feature extraction, and classification. Um, uh, um, the first is with the thousands of data sets, we are creating a data set. Then we take a image or a video, and then uh, with the face acquisition, and then we use the face extraction, and uh, with the face we use the data set while we try to find the face in which whom it belongs to. If the face is present in the data set, then it's a match. Else, it's not a match. That it is not present in the data set. That the person is not present in the data set. That First of all, we are creating the data set. Then, with the help of the data set, we are taking when a face is come, we do the face acquisition. Then the features of the face are extracted, and we compare it with the data set and find out if there is a match. If it's a match, it's a person that is present in the data set. Else, it's not a person, and we cannot identify who he is. That's how LBPH algorithm works. Advantages of face. recognition and detection. They are enhanced security, faster processing, seamless integration, automation of identification. Enhanced security means surveillance with the help of faster processing. With the help of face unlock and other features, we can fastly access to the things. Seamless integration means we can add new features without making errors or complicating the older version. Automation of identification means it's a process of identifying an object without a human intervention. That is, self-driving cars, spacecraft, smart home appliances, like that. Um, Now, the disadvantages. Uh, as of you know that for everything, if there is an advantage, there certainly will be a disadvantage. Um, the disadvantages are breach of privacy, vulnerability of recognition, massive data storage. By feeding our data and other things into the repositories, our privacy is breached, and no one is safe. We can detect anyone and identify and recognize anyone from miles. And Frauds can take our identity and they can use our data and make identity theft. And by that things we will be getting into a lot of troubles. And massive data storage, the collection of the data of a single person is very large. For collecting the data of many people it is tremendous work. So the data storage must be very huge. And Let's talk about the future trends. The future trends of the face recognition is YOLO with OpenCV, SSD with TensorFlow, and recognition of Amazon, face recognition CCTV systems for missing people, identity and tracking criminals based on past activities, and so on. YOLO means you only look once, and it's a real-time object detective, and it's very fast in nature. That is, it is live detection can be very speedy. SSD and TensorFlow. SSD is it is an upgrade of YOLO, and it works much faster than YOLO. And Amazon's recognition, it's a service that is developed by the AWS users. For it, with the help of it, you can identify a person, whether he's happy or sad, whether what is his gender, whether he's smiling or not, whether his eyes are open or not. All these things are being rated on percentage. If the person's eyes is opened in 100%, that means his eyes is widely opened. And facial recognition CCTV systems for missing people. By the help of these things, we can identify and recognize missing peoples, and by using CCTVs that are placed in many railway stations and other facilities, and identify and tracking of criminals based on past activities. With the help of data recognition and data sets, we can collect the data of the criminals and store it into our repositories. Thus we can track criminals and other illegal peoples from a group of peoples, and thus these are the future trends of facial detection and recognition. Now I'm going to show you the live code of face detection. Okay. As you can see, I use the face cascade from github.com and iCascade from github.com. The both are saved as an XML file. With the help of that, my eyes are being uh, identified with a green rectangle, and my face is identified with a uh, blue rectangle. Uh, uh, this is how face detection work in an image. Uh, Now I can show you how face detection works on a live feed. Actually, now my webcam is working, and this is my live feed. The red colored portion is the detecting of my face, and as I'm wearing a specs, it doesn't uh, identify my eyes. If I took off the aspects, it will identify my eyes with green rectangles. That's how it works. Uh, that is what the detection and face detection program works. Uh, that is my project. Thank you all for being patient and listening to my words.